Greetings YouTube, DJ Bonebreaker coming at you for the Tech and Travel channel, once again from the Assateague National Wildlife Refuge. I'm planning on doing something a little bit different this year, especially since this is probably the only major trip I'm going to be going on due to, the whole COVID-19 thing. And this time I'm going to be going on the Marsh Trail as part of the wildlife loop. And stopping to do some short videos of like any interesting plants and animals that I see. So I'll start heading down this trail here, and I'll see you guys again whenever I see something of interest. Although before I go, I do want to say is that all these this like marshy forest here, these large trees, see if I can get a zoom, real nice to zoom in on it, are what they call longleaf or loblolly pines, and they're a fairly common feature in the southeast US. They're supposedly hardy to zone 6, but I haven't tried to grow them where I live, so who knows. But anyways, I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, well, I've already come across some interesting plants. This tree here, this little small tree, is about maybe 10 feet tall, 12 feet, if even that, is a, what is it called? Sweetgum tree. I'm not sure why they have that name, but they get these fruits on them, look like little spiky balls, which I can't see any on the ground here nearby, but we had these. They used to be, and still somewhat are, common like street planting tree, and we had some planted around the high school that I went to. And over here on the other side of the path is a small-ish, let's get close up on these leaves here, but this is Native American holly, and as you can see right there, it's got a couple green berries on the branches, which will turn red, of course, as the winter progresses. But these are, evergreen trees like most hollies are, and they actually get pretty decent size. Their range even extends up north to where I live in central Pennsylvania, and there's some pretty enormous ones growing on South Mountain. But as you can see, they have a rather distinctive, almost like pine tree shape to their growth habit, and they can actually get pretty big, like we're talking at least 50 feet tall. And yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys whenever I find something else of interest. Alright, and out here in this salt marsh amongst the cordgrass, we have some egrets or white herons doing their thing, wading, looking for food. And there's another one, actually two over here. I apologize for being a little bit shaky here, but I got the camera zoomed in all the way, and I forgot to pack my tripod again. But yeah, hopefully we'll see some more shorebirds and stuff. Oh wow, there's another one. There's 3 actually in this frame. But anyways, I'll see you guys in a bit. Yeah, here's a close-up at some of the needles and branches of one of these loblolly pines. The reason why they're called longleaf pines as well. Look how long these needles are. Let me see if I can get a good comparison here. Yeah, there we go. The needles are almost as long as my hand. But these are a primary, I guess say climax tree for this region. And over here we've got One of the big old pine cones. Let's see if I can get a side with better lighting. That ain't much better, but you get the idea. Pine cones about 4 inches long. So yeah, anyways, I'll continue in a bit. Well, I wasn't expecting to see these blooming so late in the season, and it looks like most of them are done already. But over here we've got some swamp rose mallow, or hibiscus muschutos, which are one of the native hibiscus plants. Unlike the tropical hibiscuses, which are evergreen shrubs, these ones are woody-based perennials, which means that the top part dies back every fall. But still, they have very large, pretty flowers, and they're actually often grown in cultivation in temperate areas that the tropical hibiscuses can't be grown in. So anyways, continuing along. Okay, here we got another one of the swamp rose mallows. This is a different variety with the white flowers with the red center. Again, common cultivation. However, the other thing I want to point out here is it's being threatened to be choked out by this mass, this ginormous mass of common reeds, or Phragmites australis. And this particular grass, I should say, is a invasive weed that was introduced from Europe. Although there is an almost extinct subspecies that's native to North America, but the European variety is a major pest in coastal waterways and salt marshes, taking over natural habitat. So yeah, always got to be mindful about, what plants you plant in different places, because, you could be introducing a pest somewhere. But anyways, I'll see you guys once I get down further on the trail. Now this is what a more typical natural salt marsh looks like, with native cord grasses and other flowers and plants. Provide plenty of food and habitat for local wildlife. As you can see by all the gulls and terns wheeling around here. Anyways, continuing on. Oh wow, look at all those gulls over there. Must be something of major interest. But anyways, continuing on. Alright, traveling a bit further down the road. Here in this tidal salt marsh, we've got a whole flock of ducks. Not entirely sure what kind, but I'm going to try to look it up when I get home. And here's a sandpiper. 2 sandpipers, in fact. Oh wow, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ducks right there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I need to say, this place is definitely a bird watcher's paradise. Well, with all the different types and number of birds here. And sorry again about the wobbliness, but again, I'm zoomed like all the way out. So anyways, see you when I find something else that looks cool. Okay, this is, I guess you could say, somewhat interesting plant, but more of a public service announcement. You see the 3-part leaves and the shrub-like growth habit? This is none other than the infamous poison oak. So, if you're hiking and see something that looks like this, stay well away from it and don't touch it. Especially if you're allergic, so yeah. Anyways, on to the next thing. Okay, here we have a decent sized stand of some variety of sumac. I'm not sure what type of sumac it is, but I'll look that up when I get home and throw it up on the like subtitles or whatever. But as you can see, it's in bloom right now. And it'll probably get a bunch of red berries come this fall. I mean, sumacs aren't exactly a super rare tree, but the way that they kind of have this gnarly growth habit almost makes it, and their leaves and everything, their weird flowers and fruits, almost makes them look like something from like some fairy tale or fantasy game. Which is one of the reasons I like them, because they're unusual. But anyways, moving on. Alright, this is probably one of the more unusual plants you'll find at the Assateague Wildlife Refuge. This is, I believe this is Aurelia spinosa, also known as the Devil's Walking Stick, or False Hercules Club, or Headache Tree. Although there is an introduced species from Japan called a Japanese italica tree that's very similar and hard to tell apart. But, I mean, this thing here is just unusual altogether. Like, this is just one leaf, what looks almost like a branch. And as for why it's called Devil's Walking Stick, well, let me get a close in on this branch here. But see those gnarly thorns coming out from where the like old leaf scars used to be? Those are actually not like modified leaves or modified stems, but actual projections from the wood itself. And if you accidentally grab a hold of one of these things while you're like going through the brush, you trust me, you'll know it, because they hurt like heck. And these are another pioneer species, and they'll form like clonal colonies. Like all these ones here that you can see, like some they're behind the this one up front, they're probably all part of the same root system. But they're a member of the ginseng family, and like ginseng, their roots are used for medicinal purposes. In this particular case, the reason why it's called a headache tree is because they'd brew a headache remedy from the roots. Although I'm not sure exactly how effective or recommended doing so would be. So, you know, I'm going to say probably err on the side of caution and don't, you know, brew strange roots into the tea. But anyways, moving on. Now here's something rather interesting. I don't know if these are escapes or deliberately planted here, but this is a stand of foxtail millet. This is actually cultivated as a grain crop in parts of Asia and Africa. And I'm wondering if the, sorry about that, bug trying to get it at me. But anyways, so I'm not sure if these are like something that escaped cultivation, or if it was deliberately seeded at some point by the Park Service, because the one of the purposes that the tame foxtail millet is used, their seeds are used for, is one of the components in standard bird seed mixes. And this definitely provides a lot of food for hungry birds during the fall and winter. Unlike, you know, the Phragmites, which have pretty much no value to wildlife whatsoever aside from shelter. But yeah, anyways, it's the first time I've really actually seen this in this particular grass in real life. I've seen pictures of it before. So yeah, it's like, I mean, it looks like almost like some kind of weird corn, which it's definitely fairly closely related to in the grass family. Anyways, time to move on. Alright, we made it to the halfway point. So, just need to hike back around and see if we can see the ponies along the main road. And I guess we'll call it, and maybe get a good shot of the Assateague Lighthouse. And I'll call this a day. So anyways, see you guys in a bit. And there we see in the distance the Assateague Lighthouse poking up above the trees there. And below it, this vast salt marsh here. I don't know, there's something about this, you know, windswept, salt marshy area that just speaks to me. But anyways, we're getting close to getting back to where we started and possibly see a chance to see the ponies, so time to press on. Alright, we got a really good picture of these two white herons or egrets doing their thing. Aren't these beautiful birds? Yeah, I was just poking along and just happened to see them, so decided to take a quick shot of them. Anyways, time to move on. Got a beautiful shot of these ducks here. I think these are what they call ruddy ducks. I'll have to double check to make sure when I get home, but yeah, they look like they're taking a quick snooze. Anyways, time to head on down the trail. Okay, so decision time. I can either continue on the wildlife loop, since you know we're almost finished, or I can take the Black Duck Trail, which will take me out to the main road and give us a chance to see ponies, but it'll take a lot longer. Considering that getting here only took about an hour and 15 minutes, I think I'm gonna go head out the Black Duck Trail here and see if I can't see some ponies. Anyways, time to get moving. Alright, we have another interesting native tree. So I believe it's a Magnolia virginiana, or Virginia, or the evergreen magnolia, which is very popular. Which is very popular as a you know, yard tree down south. Has really beautiful flowers, and like I said, it's evergreen, so it has year-round interest. So yeah, anyways, time to move on down the trail here. Okay, I found some more of the Aurelia spinosa, and this one here is a perfect example of why they call this the like Hercules club or devil's walking stick. Just look at those spines. I mean, wow, doesn't that look just gnarly? And yeah, they're very sharp, easily sticky. But anyways, I'll see you guys in a bit. Of course, no trip to the Assateague National Wildlife Refuge will be complete without a clip featuring the endemic Chincoteage pony. Unfortunately, the ponies weren't being as cooperative this time around as they were last year, because I had to zoom in pretty good, but I think this is a beautiful shot of some ponies right here. So yeah, I think I'll probably get another shot of the Assateague Lighthouse and call this a nice little travelogue video from my Labor Day adventure here in Assateague. Alright, just about back where I started, so got this nice picture of the Assateague Lighthouse through the trees. And I think I'm going to call this, call it a day. Thank you for joining me with my Labor Day adventure in the Assateague National Wildlife Refuge. And until next time, this is DJ Bonebreaker, signing off.